2NURFM 103.7. Every week we catch up with this fellow and we talk about, I guess, it's really the land of motivational, Mark Goswell, isn't it?
I like that.
Physiologist.
Land of motivation.
But that's kind of really where you are. And today you want to talk about Pilates. So this is where we get on the floor and do the stretches and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, no, it's so much more involved in that. And that's the thing. So I thought we'd talk about it today because I've had a sort of run of inquiries about, do you teach Pilates? Do you do Pilates? And it's one of those exercise regimes that...
It's kind of a bit chic, isn't it?
Well, it is a little bit chic, but it has a little bit of a fluff idea behind it as well, because everyone sees, you go and do Pilates, you get on the floor, you do a couple of ab crunches, you get great abs and a toned midsection and all that, but there's so much more to it, and it's actually one of the most effective rehabilitation tools, and we use it pretty much every day in our practice, but that's when we go to using sort of machine-based Pilates, so the traditional type of Pilates.
So we're kind of familiar with the stuff we're on the floor doing all of that, but if we're going back to the original machine-based...
machine-based.
I think it's the Terminator for some reason. I don't know why. So what is some of this stuff and why is this pretty valuable?
Yeah, so machine-based Pilates, one of the most effective aspects of it is that you can either make any exercise easier or harder by utilising the springs associated with the machines. In our studio, there's three main pieces of equipment. There's a reformer, which is your traditional laying on your back and doing some leg work. The springs go up and down. It's a bit ambiguous when we're talking about on the radio.
Sure.
There's a Cadillac and there's also what they call a Wonder Chair. Now, these things were designed 100 years ago. Now, just with those three pieces of equipment, we can do almost 2,000 to 2,500 different exercises.
Well, that'll keep you busy.
It'll keep you very busy, but it's one of those things that we use it from a rehabilitation tool, so you can develop functional strength and particularly lower limb and what everyone calls as core. So your core stabilises. So, we use it for a multitude of clients. We've got people from paraplegics all the way up to athletes that are actually able to, exercise and develop their function.
So I'm hearing there, Mark, from a rehab perspective with some of the areas you focus on, would there be a preventative aspect to this as well?
Yeah, massive. Look, we utilise it for falls prevention really effectively, osteoporosis, the rehabilitation, and we do a lot of prehab as well. So if you're coming up for a hip replacement, a knee replacement, things like that, they're really effective at being able to develop strength and being able to develop that strength in a pain-free range of motion, particularly when we're leading up to any sort of surgical intervention.
That's got to be the key, hasn't it, really?
Oh, it's one of those it's an unbelievable form of exercise, but obviously, if you're able to tap that in with exercise physiology as well, so that you've got that, what we do and what we've been talking about for the last couple of years, and utilising the equipment and the machines and effectively what you can do in terms of the entire body and improving the entire function of the body. It's quite amazing, and if people want to get into some exercise where they're starting to build into it and not going gun-ho and all over the place, it's a really effective means of honing in on that specific area.
All right, a good look there at Machine Pilates.
Machine-based Pilates.
The original Pilates with our exercise physiologist, Mark Goswell. Thanks, mate. Talk to you next week.
Will do. Thank you.
2NURFM, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.